YouTube, what's going on today? So, what we're going to be doing today, right? I told y'all last video, I've been thinking about this. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be setting up our elk grind on Silver Ridge Peaks, and we're actually going to be hitting a few rotations for it. So, this is going to be like a YouTube only series currently. And then once we finish our Great One grind over on Twitch, then that's whenever we'll transition either to doing the elk grind live on Twitch or say a moose grind or even that albino lion grind that I was talking about. But without further ado, let's get into the first episode of our elk grind here on the YouTube exclusive. So let's get it. All right, so like I said in the intro, this is going to be our YouTube exclusive series as of right now. Until we get the Great One over on Revansuli, then this is just going to be YouTube exclusive. So we're going to start off, we're hunting some elk. I'm going to throw up my hotspot map that I made for my zones specifically on the screen now. Now you'll see I've got red circles around the zones that I have found elk at. Green X is next to the zones that could possibly still have elk there. I have not found them, or if I have found them, I shot one. It was just a solo zone, so that zone has disappeared and it's at somewhere else. And now, all right, let's get into our first rotation. I will say I have seen some pretty nice bulls out so far. There's one zone, and I'll talk about it once we get there. There's one zone that kind of it's weird. So y'all will have to let me know in the comments if the same stuff is happening to you or same stuff is happening on your Silver Ridge Peaks, because it's weird. But let's dive into it. Now, first, before we start, I'm going to talk about my loadout. So my loadout here is going to be the 300. That's my primary weapon that I have. If I need any other shots, I'm going to use the 308. Everything else is the same that you would run. It's basically up to you. But those are my two guns I'm running, the 300 Magnum and the Zarza 308 Stalker. All right, so one thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and herd manage this as much as possible. So I watched Kill Clinton's video. He has a great explanation on how he herd manages. So I'm going to try his method just to see if I can have any luck with it. So what he does, right, is so we've got a bunch of bulls here, right? So if you're looking around, you see them all, but he has a cutoff for the level 3s. That cutoff is going to be where the lower estimate is 250, right? So let me get this guy spotted again if we can ever make it work. Of course, he's just going to stay completely illuminated. So right here, this guy, you see his lower estimate is 240, so we're not going to shoot him. Every other bull at this zone is a shooter. So we're going to try that out. All right, I've got some other bulls coming in now. My zone is right over here. So this was actually a location from my black bear grind that I had. I came in here, seen if I had any elk. Lo and behold, I had some elk. I know Kill Clinton, if you watch his video, his tent's like way up here or something. That way he can see the whole lake, which is good, but I don't want that. I like to do my grinds to where I can get as close as possible with my tent without spooking them, and then I can get into a stand, shoot, and then it's on to the next one. So we're gonna let this other drink zone come in before we start blasting, and then we'll go pick up, and then we'll go on to the next zone. All right, so first shots are going to be on this zone over here to the right. So let me just kind of highlight the main ones that I want to get, because I know I'm not going to be able to get all of them. So that's one that we don't want to shoot, so that's good that I know him. So these front 5 are shooters. So let's take out a 300, 0 to 164. Actually, let me make sure that's my range. Okay, yeah, I can manage that. 265, perfectly okay with that. And we got 3. That guy's going down. All right, we'll just go ahead and pop a reload real quick. Okay, next zone. That guy's not a shooter. That guy's not a shooter. And that guy's not a shooter. So we've only got 2 shooters here. There we go. We got 5 down total. So I'm not going to keep up with kills like I do on my regular Great One grinds over on Twitch. It's a little bit more to set up. But I just looked. I'm at 75-50 kills, like 75-51 to be exact. So we'll just say 75-50. So throughout the grind, I'll come back in and I'll check. I'll be like, all right, cool. We're at 100 kills in, 200 kills in, 6,000 kills in, you know, whatever the case may be. I'll come through. update y'all, and then I mean, of course, you're gonna get updated for any of the cool stuff that we get, whether it be any diamonds, rares, super rares. And if for some reason that the next great one releases, and it's an elk, we've already got everything set up. So let's go get these elk, see what we got, and then on to the next zone. There we go. Nice 385. He's a small level 4. He's a light gray. Let's go. Now, Kill Clinton had mentioned in his video also, so I'll go ahead and mention it as well. Now, you do not need to pick up your animals in order for you to regenerate respawns and stuff. You just need to basically leave the map or do what is called a hard reset. So, reset the time, leave the map, and then come back in, and then your animals will be respawned. Now, if you want the money, then obviously you have to go around and pick them up. Elk are just like red deer. They're anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 on the big end worth of in-game credits, and I highly recommend, highly, especially after doing my red deer great one grind, I recommend so much going and picking up all of your animals, just because you're going to see your in-game money go from, say, 0, and then depending on how many elk you get per rotation, they can go up to 60, 70, 100,000. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get 100 kills per rotation. It's possible, but you have to be really on your stuff. They got to be there every time and just whatever. But highly recommend doing it because it's going to increase your in-game value, in-game money, and you can get so much cool stuff in the store. If you want to save up for the 300, that's your way to do it. So unfortunately, our elk were not here at two fawns. So I have 2 zones here. One here, which is the one that actually has some bulls in it. There's one solo bull in this zone over here, but I know he's completely separate, so if I shoot him, he's gone anyway, so I'm not even going to worry about shooting him, and I believe he falls below that 250 range. Up here, I just have these 3 zones. There's really nothing worth shooting in any of those. This zone here, I have one that's completely nothing but bulls, and I have a solo bull zone, and I want to shoot the solo bull, but at the same time, I don't, just because I'm going to be losing the zone, but he's nice. That's him there. So he's in that range that we're looking for. So I may just do it just for the respawns, and then I mean he'll spawn in somewhere else. So we can take all 3 of these bulls out right here. This one right here is a nice level 4. So is this one here. Oh, sorry, that's a level 3. And then we should have, yeah, all cows over here. And then this zone I'm making invisible is all cows as well. So we ain't even going to worry about that. I'm actually going to bump my 0 up to 328. Aim a little low. I shot that guy far back. Now, just so y'all know, tents are not a requirement for you to complete any great one grind or anything like that. Tripods aren't even a requirement as well. They just make the process a lot easier. Tents being that you can fast travel anywhere around the map to your locations that you have. So like for instance, like this lake that I'm at now, if I were to spawn in at the closest outpost, it's going to be a good 10-minute walk. And that's in game, and it'd probably be that IRL too. And the same thing with the zone we're going to go to next. It's even farther than this one. But you do not need to have tents and stands. Just be careful if you're not using stands, because if you're not using stands, it takes only no more than 3 animals per zone. Otherwise, your zone's gonna be disappeared. You're gonna blow it out. It's gonna go to somewhere else. And then with tents, as you can see, I was just driving my 4-wheeler. I had my sound turned off. That way the 4-wheeler doesn't deafen everything. Having that 4-wheeler there makes you go get your pickups so much quicker, and that where you're not wasting as much time. Now, if you can spare an extra tent to place on the opposite side of that lake near that zone, by all means do that. I do that in on a couple zones in my Reventuli Coast Great One grind, and it's amazing. I love it. Now, this lake here, as you can see, this is like an absolute amazing zone here. This is one that we actually shot in my last video, I do believe, unless I edited that out. And then there's a zone down here. Okay, they are there, but I'm pretty sure we only got 1 bull in there, and he's very small, so we ain't even gonna worry about picking him up. I'm pretty sure we only have 1 bull in this zone. Yeah, and he's nothing to write home about, so we're not even gonna worry about that zone. Main focus is going to be this zone over here. All three of these are shooters, barely, but they are all three shooters indeed. So they're 250 out, 0 to 164, and then let's get this party started. I shot a cow. It was a good shot, but I shot a cow. That's not what we want. We don't want that. Let this guy kind of calm down a bit. Actually, you know what? I might just lead him. There we go. That's how it's done. Now, this brings up a good point. A lot of people have asked me on my TikToks and stuff. Does it help you if you shoot the females? No. Because all they're going to do, they only respawn as females. If you shoot a female, it's not going to come back in as a male. It doesn't work like that. Now, if you want rares of female type, then yes, by all means, shoot the females as well. But if you shoot females, it's not going to respawn in as a male or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. So here's a good point as to what I was talking about earlier. If you're hunting on your feet, be careful not to shoot more than 3 animals, because I just blew out both my zones here. Now, hopefully they respawn. They should respawn in this general area. If not, I'm going to have to go out and look for those zones again. So failure on my part as I'm sitting here trying to make a good guide for y'all, but unfortunately I didn't. So mistakes happen. It happens all the time. But next zone, here we go. All right, so we got 2 really good bulls here. That one is one that's definitely going to get taken down. And then let's see. That one's not getting taken down. That one's not getting taken down. And this one right here is not either. So the 3 that are unhighlighted are the ones we're going for. And just like that, we got 3 more bulls down. Now, this zone right here that I'm in, so I originally had a zone here and then this zone here, but then this zone, I accidentally blew that one out, of course. So they kind of combine zones. So I have just one massive zone over here, and it's absolutely amazing. I love having an exceptional amount of elk, or just any animal in one zone. Just that way I can just kind of pick and choose, like, each rotation which elk or whatever it is that I'm hunting that I want. Now, if I could take them all out, then I would 100%, just because that's just going to help with respawns and stuff. But let's go ahead and these 3 that I have highlighted here, I'm going to go ahead and take them down. It's part of that picking and choosing, you know? Well, I wasn't able to get all of them down that I wanted. Actually, let's get 2 shots into that guy. So there we go. There we go. It's a good gold. And our other 2 are just right over here. I think that's the one that we dropped immediately in his tracks. And then these 2 are they should be 2 level 4s, I believe. Yep, there's a 4, 354. And then 362. Now, this zone here you're going to recognize from the Black Bear Great One grind. If any of y'all have done it, or you've watched any of the partnered creators do it, you'll recognize this zone. And actually, there is no elk here, which is awesome. These elk here are like just on one. Like, I don't know what their deal is, but like I can't, typically I say to place like tents anywhere from 260 plus yards out. So I place my tent about 275, 280. They scatter everywhere. They're gone. I approach my tent. My tent is, I'm sitting, that's why. I'm a little bit closer. Okay, so this next zone that I'm going to, if you look here, it still has the old need zone time from 4:30 to 5:30. I seen a massive bull here earlier when I was coming to set up this tent. But for some reason, I can never find these elk in their zone. Now, watch, as I'm saying that, they're going to be here, which will be fine. But I have sat here, and they're here. And there he is, 472. Absolute monster. Look at this dude. So It's 7:45 now, so I guess I just need to come later into the zone time. I'm not really sure because I showed up at like so many different times and they weren't here. But regardless, they're here now. So let's go ahead and get that dude down because look at that. A level 1. I don't think I've ever seen that. So 285 and then of course the big boy there. And there we go. Big boy has got a 300 in him, and he is going down. So you're probably wondering what time I start my rotation. It just really depends on your preference. Typically, for me, I always start my zones an hour and 15 minutes after the initial spawn starts. So that for elk, it would be 5:15. Kill Clinton said he starts his around 5:30, 5:45. So that's kind of what I've been playing with a little bit. And I mean, it's not done me bad, but I don't know if I want to keep doing that. So I may go back to my original of 5:15. I'll try that on the next rotation, see how that works out, and then I'll let y'all know. But typically 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, anywhere within that little time frame, you'll be fine. And then once again, time zone starts at 4, ends at 8:30. You would have seen that on my my hotspot map that I have, but that's going to be the elk's drink time. And here is our massive level 4. Oh my gosh, look at this dude. Look at this dude. I know he's not a diamond, but still, look at him. And he was a 446, so we actually shot him a little bit farther back, but we did end up getting that liver. But still, absolute tank. Now, if you need to know what the diamond rating for Rocky Mountain elk is, it's going to be 480. So you're looking for any level 5s that have either a lower estimate of 480, which if you got that, congrats, you've got an absolute monster on your hands. But if not, 480, as long as it's above that, they're scoring diamond. And here we are up at 2 fawns, and look at this massive bull that we have out here. He's the only bull in that zone, which kind of worries me. I don't want this to be just a solo bull zone, but I mean, regardless, it's amazing. And then we've got all these cows over here, which obviously I'm not shooting them because, like I told y'all earlier, that that's why you need 300. But I'm not shooting cows just because I only want the bulls. I want rares, diamonds, so on and so forth. And then hopefully after this next update and they release a new great one, we find out good news and we've got a Rocky Mountain elk as our great one. And here we are. Look at this guy. His estimate went up to 482. And he is a 438. Look at that. And he's that nice brown color. That. Literally after our, I'd say, second rotation, we've already got a 5 medium. 438 to 525. Oh my god. What an absolute monster. And another 4 right here. So let's go. We're going to get this big guy down. Actually, need to be careful because my first 5 medium I ever shot. Oh. Do I risk it? Do I risk the heart shot? That's the real question here. Actually, we got the 22 just for a specific reason. Alright, he's alert. Oh, and he did not turn like I wanted him to. Oh, he did a complete 360. I'm taking it. I can't see his health, but that should have been a good shot. Oh, no, it wasn't! Oh my god, how was that not a good shot? Because I was zeroed for 328. Oh, no. Alright, he should be turning around at some point. If he turns up there, he did. He just turned. He might be coming back down. I need to see his health, though. He's at 50. Okay, he's kind of trotting. He's coming back down. We're good. We're good. We're good. He's good. He's going to come right back to where he needs to. We're going to make sure 0, 164. All right, we got to get a shot into him now because he's at 25 to 50. Oh, he just presented with the shot of the century. So did that guy. Let's go get our level 5. That's going to be absolutely insane. If this is our second rotation and we've already got to respawn level 5, these elk might be... Whew. All right, so here he is. Here's our big level 5. Just looking at the rack, I can't really give like a good estimate because I've only gotten one diamond, and he was a troll, a 454. Oh, but hey, that's still super cool to see. We're already getting 5s to respawn. That is absolutely insane. All right, Joe, so that's going to wrap it up for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this because I absolutely love hunting Rocky Mountain elks. I will say one thing, though. I have already changed up the way that I'm hunting elk. I didn't really show it that much. So next video, next week, you'll be able to kind of see how I'm changing everything up. I'm kind of reverting back to the way that I grinded my red deer. It's kind of worked from what I can see, but I mean, we're still so early on into the amount of kills we've gotten that you're really not going to be able to see just how well the herd management is working, if it even is working. I mean, we did get that big level 5. Unfortunately, he trolled, but it is what it is. So hopefully next video that we'll be getting some diamonds or even some rares at some point. 'Cause I've seen a few of the content creators who have been posting elk content on Silver Ridge. Their rares and their diamonds are absolutely insane. So I'm hoping that they're kind of like red deer on Teowara right now, where they're just absolutely insane. But that's gonna end today's video, like I said. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification that we can see anytime we post a new video. Head over to Twitch, give us a follow there, and until next time, y'all. Peace.